People probably want to know, if you're driving for Uber, how do you get good ratings? And I think that people go to great lengths in order to make sure that their passengers are happy and comfortable, and that's all great, but I think people are going overboard. I've heard of people doing things like having candy available and water bottles available, and making sure they're trying to cater to every possible need of their passengers. It's nice to be nice, but the reality is that you can't please everyone, right? Okay. What may work for someone doesn't work, or in fact may actually make somebody very upset. So here are some ways that I think you can keep your ratings high. And I say this coming from, I have a 4.94 rating currently. Okay, 4.94. And I have completed 55-star trips. And I'll tell you from my perspective what I think, leads me to be in that category. First thing is something that should go without saying: drive well. Okay, drive safely. As you probably already know, Uber is tracking the way that you drive. You have different sensors in your phone that allow Uber to tell if you're driving recklessly. All right. If you're not, if you don't consider yourself a good driver and nobody else does either, it's probably not a good fit for you to drive for Uber. If you like to drive, like, I wouldn't say I love to drive, but I don't mind driving. To me, it's not a big deal. I think it's a good fit for you. If you can, accelerate smoothly and brake smoothly and use your turn signal and don't, cut in and out of lanes rapidly and make fast turns and all that, you're on your way, because at the end of the day, your passengers aren't there to be entertained for the most part. They're there to get from point A to point B safely. So first off, like I said, drive safely. Your passengers are going to appreciate it. Number two, mind your own business. There may be some people that you give a ride to that want to have a conversation with you. If that's the case, my perspective is this: if they ask me questions, I'll definitely respond. I've had some good conversations with passengers, but I'm not the one to initiate those conversations. I'm just not. I kind of started doing that at first, and I just got the impression that these people, they'd be like me. They just want to get a ride from point A to point B. So if somebody initiates a conversation with you, yeah, by all means, continue and 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 have that conversation, but make sure that you're minding your own business. You're not interjecting yourself in somebody else's conversation or adding a punctuation mark to that. Yeah, yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. It's just weird. I mean, think of yourself as a cab driver, and you've probably taken a cab before, and the cab driver minds his own business, just takes you where you need to go, and he might not drive very carefully. So don't follow that example, but the mind your own business one, follow. Something else that I know you can do on the Uber app, you can do the Uber Music, and they give you free Pandora or whatever. And I have one single request from a passenger saying, "Hey, do you have that music thing?" And I'm like, "No, I don't." So they wanted to turn on my radio and listen to something, and that was fine. They put it on a station that they liked, and the ride was like 5 minutes. So that made them happy. Great. But I started off at first thinking, hey, something sort of neutral. I could just play some classical music, soothing, and it'd sort of be like wallpaper for music, and maybe it makes some people feel calm, and they think it was a pleasant experience. Well, I overheard these people think that you can't hear them. It's hilarious to me. They say these comments like as if you're not really there. And she's like, yeah, like everybody wants to listen to classical music. I got to thinking about that. You know, she's right. In fact, I used to watch the detention or the in-school suspension kids in a high school, and we kept the classical music on for them, which I liked, but I mean, it was high school kids, and for them, it was torture, you know, I guess, or maybe it was supposed to make them calm. I don't know. It was probably a little bit of both, but not everyone likes classical music. And that being said, the music that you like, yeah, it's you're thinking that's a selling point. You know, people are gonna really like that because you put on jazz music or whatever, you know, rock music. It doesn't matter. The thing is that your taste in music may or may not mesh with somebody else's. So what I found after that, you know, it wasn't just that comment. It was actually one time I basically forgot to turn the radio on, and I realized that people are fine with silence, and so I just simply don't turn the radio on because then there's there's not going to be any objections one way or the other. Somebody's not going to say, "Oh, I like that music," or "I don't." You know, it's just they actually are more engaged with conversation between themselves, so that keeps them busy. And the other thing is they're just playing on their phone or looking out of the window and thinking, which is fine. So you're not going to have to deal with that. So yeah, just forget about the music. The other thing is that you don't need to offer snacks. You don't need to offer water. You don't need to offer candy. All this stuff that is cutting into your earnings. All right, and also it's going to create trash that you have to clean up. Spills. I mean, a water spill is not a big deal, but at the same time, would you want to get in a car and sit down and and have your pants get wet? You know, what is this that's on the seat? You wouldn't want that. So forget about all that stuff. You don't need it. I've never offered that, and nobody's asked for it either. Really, they're getting in your car to go from here to there. They're why would anyone expect some sort of you know, a little, you know, bar or whatever, you know, not alcohol, you know what I mean, but some sort of a, you know, buffet of choices of candy and water. It's just mince. It's not necessary. And the other last thing, as far as, you know, what I think is a way to get good ratings is time when you drive. What I mean by that is you might make more money if you drive during, you know, the late hours, you know, when people are going to and from bars and things like that. And I have done that, and you make a lot of money. But another Uber driver that I was talking to, you know, I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm, you know, 4.94," and she's like, "Oh, I'm not near that." And I just couldn't really figure it out at first because, you know, it's not like she has a terrible personality or whatever. But then I'm like, "Oh, I think I know why. It's the time you drive because she drives kind of like overnight, so to speak. You know, she might start at 10 o'clock and drive till 3 a.m. Well, let's face facts. You're picking up people that are possibly or probably intoxicated, and guess what? They're rating you at the same time. So, yeah, they might mean to give you a 5 and I'll give you a 2 or whatever. Or maybe you made them mad, or maybe they're, who knows? They might be out of their mind in some way, shape, or form, and yeah, they give you a bad rating. So it's a trade-off. You can make more money, but I think that when you're driving at that time, it's just, you know, people are tired. Maybe they're just tired. Maybe they're inebriated. Whatever it is, I don't think it's the best time for great ratings. So yeah, if you're driving, you know, during daylight hours or early evening, I think that's one way to get good ratings as well. But the top thing of all is be the best driver you can be. So anyway, those are my tips for getting good ratings, and I hope that you can get 5 out of 5. In my experience, I thought that I of course I deserve 5 out of 5, but realistically, you're going to have some people that rate you lower for whatever reason. Maybe they don't like the way you look. Maybe they wanted the mints. I don't know, but I think 4.94. You know, I'm riding out on that. I'm satisfied, and I think that Oh, another thing, I don't go out wearing a tuxedo or a, suit and tie and stuff. I think that was on one of the training videos. Come on, really? I'm on a college campus. I mean, come on. So if you want to wear the suit and tie, who knows? Maybe you'll get better ratings. But as for me, I personally don't think that's necessary. Anyway, just some quick tips. Hope you like what I put out here. Please like, subscribe, comment. Tell me what you think about what I'm doing. And also, if you get a chance, please use my Uber invite code that's down below. You could use it to get some free rides, possibly, and to earn some money for driving. And it helps me out too. Maybe make me a few bucks off of that. It's something I didn't know at first, and it's something that you really should do, take advantage of, so you can get some good startup money. Anyway, that's about it. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you in another video. Thank you. Wait, before you go, there was one that I forgot. When the weather outside is really crummy, like it's raining right now, or if it's snowing or really cold, that's another really great time to Uber because, hey, people don't want to walk around. All right, forgot to put that one in there, and it's important. Talk to you later. Bye.